Hi everyone, forgive me, my voice is a bit croaky. It's in the middle of the night. Baby is asleep as usual, so I have to finish up very fast. We are making a very simple baby shower gender reveal decoration. So let's go through the items we are using. Let's go through the items I'll be using. First of all, I'm going to put on my gloves because the foam can get a bit messy and the dry flowers as well. Okay, so I have some clips or pegs, zip ties, a pair of scissors, and flower arrangement foam. I have two different types. This one is plain, and this one has a protective cage, something like that around it. You can choose either the plain one or the one that comes with the protection. If you choose the plain one, then it means you have to make the protection yourself by wrapping a rope around it to make some square shaped cages because it's very soft, it's very delicate, it breaks easily. So if you use it without a cage, your flower arrangement is going to end up a bit messy or even break up. So the choice is yours. I will be using this one. Then I have these dry leaves, almost like a fan. I have four of them. Then these gold leaves. I just like the touch of gold. And I have different types of dried leaves or pampas. Is it pampas or pampas? So I have the natural color, the white ones, then bunch of flowers. I'm using three of these, but we are going to cut them. And my lighter or baby sign. And of course, my rag for the floor. So we are going to start by arranging our flowers. So I've brought it very close. I want to make sure you see everything correctly. This is the base. We are going to start with the dry leaves that look like fan. Okay, so we are going to start with the side. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 squares on the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 at the bottom. Because they are four, we are not going to have an even middle, right? So we are just going to place one at the bottom. So you count first, second, then the third square at the bottom. You just push it through. Okay, then the next one, 1, 2, 3. So you push it. It would have been a perfect middle if we had five squares, right? So two to the left, two to the right, and then we push our leaf in the middle one. But then these are four, so we have to find a way to work with it. So we have our first two here. The next two sets will be on the longer side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are also 6 even. So we are going to push it through 1, 2, 3. The third one. Okay. Now, because they are a bit long, you can see it's sticking out, right? I'm just going to leave it because at the end it's going to get covered up with the other leaf. Okay, so because this one is sticking here, we have to make sure the next leaf goes above it, right? And then the top row, so they don't fight for space. Okay, so that one is also sticking out on the other side, but it's fine. We are going to cover everything up. So I've moved it from where it was to another position because it was too low. Let me explain. You see, it used to be at the top here. You can see the hole. That made it look a bit, higher than the other side. So I've moved it down to the same level with the other side. So now you can see the extra branch is sitting directly on this one. So now we have our 4 leaves looking this way. I'm going to go with the gold ones, starting with the bigger gold leaves. So 4 of them. Okay. So we are going to put them diagonally, right, on the side. So this side, one here, then another one here. So right and left sides. Then you turn it around to the other side. Then same in the same position. So we have our first 4 golden leaves. I'm going to add this one too. On the same side, one at the top, and then one goes a bit lower. So besides the fact that the gold is going to add, some kind of glow, brightness, and beauty to it, it's also going to help us fill it out properly to give it more volume. Because the more leaves or flowers you have, the better the end result. Okay. So everything is coming through. Now we are going to add our Pampas. I hope I'm saying it right. English is hard. It's not my first language. Well, it is actually. I'm Ghanaian, we speak English, so yeah. But then, it is what it is. Is it 12? Have equal number of whites. We are just going to go ahead and then push them through on the sides. So they're going to be on top of the golden leaves. I have 3. I'm just going to do it this way. 1 to the left. Bend. Some of them can bend easily. So if you have them bending, you just fold it into 2 to make it stronger. It's difficult to push it when it's bent, but then when they bend, so 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and then 1 to the middle. So we have our first 3 here. Oh, missed them. I'm doing the same for the other side. So left, middle, and then right. Try to make sure they are the same height. So same thing, 1 to the middle, and then 1 on each side. So for all 4 sides, right? Stop bending. Then the middle. Okay, so we have the white on all 4 sides. We are going to go with another set. No, I'm not going to count. I'm just going to try. I'm going to put these ones to the sides. So here, 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 and here. Not diagonally, right? So this side, so they sit directly on the big dry leaf. So I'm just going to push them through. Then I open them up, just to spread. So I'll do the same for the front side. Some of the stems are very soft, they just bend easily. We just have to try and force them in. Try to make sure they are the same height as you push them in, and spread them out evenly. There shouldn't be more at the middle or more on the left or right side. Okay. So I keep turning it around. You can see the excess stem here, and I have to cover it up. They keep bending, but then it's fine. You have to push them inside. Okay, so all sides have the same dry leaves, flowers, pampas. Just going to fix the, the ones that are crooked, I mean bending. Okay, so next set, and this one side. Babies are weak. I need to brush out. This is what we've done so far, right? Let's just go through it quickly, like a summary of the process from start to this stage. So first, we have our foam with the plastic mesh or cage type of foam. I already showed you the other one, the plain one. Then we have our dry leaves, the big ones that look like a fan, right? So we put the dry leaves on the sides, the horizontal side and then the vertical side, right? So one here and one here. So these are the vertical sides that are like parallel to each other, if that's correct, and then the horizontal sides that are parallel to each other, right? Vertical is perpendicular and horizontal is parallel. My math teacher self is very okay. So all I'm trying to say is you put one fan here, the other there, one here, and one there, but just be careful of the position because these square mesh are even numbers, right? So we have 6 mesh on the longer sides and then 4 mesh squares on the shorter sides. That means you can't find a perfect spot in the middle because there are 4, so 2 on each side. And because there's a plastic protection here, you can't push your flower stem through this plastic. So you just have to find a spot that's very close to the middle and then you push your big leaf through that spot and you do same for all 4 sides. After that, I added the gold sides, but I didn't go horizontal or vertical. I went diagonal, 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 potato, potato. So this way. So I put all the gold ones on the sides like a triangle, right? So diagonal ways. Then I added the white feather stuff thing on top of the gold ones. So same diagonal way. Then we went ahead with these ones on the vertical and horizontal sides. So this is how far we've come. Let's continue and finish everything up. Everything looks very confusing, but then trust the process. It's going to come together. So before baby woke up, we were about to add these ones, right? We're going to put them in the same direction as the gold and white one. So diagonal, diagonal. Mhm. So they stay here. So left and right sides in the diagonal area, then the center still the diagonal area. Is it diagonal? Diagonal. We are making sure they are the same height. So keep pushing. It's fine if they break, you just keep pushing the stem side bit. They keep bending, but then we have to find a way to make it work. So just keep pushing, even if they bend. I'm pushing all the longer ones down, so some will definitely be longer than others, right? Yeah, that's okay, but it shouldn't be too much. Okay, so let's move to another side. So you can see the straight side. I'm putting it here, like in the corners, right? So some to the left, some to the right, and some to the top, but all in the corner and not the front side. Okay, so you can see they're all here in the corner. Just ignore my fingers. Share butter, share butter, share butter. It's made in Ghana. So you can see they are bending, but then I'm just trying to push them in just to make sure they are the same height. Don't worry, trust the process. We're going to cover everything up nicely. Okay, so we are going to do the same for the other sides. So the third side, some to the right, some to the left, in the same corner, and then in the middle of that same corner. Just trying to fold it so the stem gets stronger. Like a broom. Put them together, then it's unbreakable. Take one and it breaks. So yeah. Okay. Our fourth side. Like folding the stems together makes it a bit easier. So okay. So that batch of dry leaves is gone. Let's get another batch. The next is this type. They look like wheat. I'm just going to divide them into 4. Okay. So this time we are going to put them in between the corner and then the front. This is your corner, this is the front. We are going to put them somewhere here and there. So just about 1 inch away from the corner. No, this is the first section. So into the second square. So it's still close to the corner, right? But a bit more forward. And for the other, and for the other side too. So we move a square away from the corner. And then try to push everything down. They keep breaking and bending, but we are still working with it. Okay. So same for the other side. The next square close to the corner ones. Okay. We are just trying to fill out, the gap around it. So you don't want to put everything in the same position. This is the main reason why you need the mesh protection around this, because look, it keeps breaking up. But then the mesh is holding it in place. Okay. The last side. Then we move to another set of dry leaves. Next are these ones. They look like feathers. Twelve, right? So three on every side. So I'm going to put these ones on the vertical and horizontal sides. So one to the left, one to the right, one to the middle on this side. Then the front. So right, left, in the middle of the front. Just trying to make it short. So this side and then the other front. Okay, so we have this type. It's like a light brown color. We have it on all four sides now. Just trying to make it short. So this side and then the other front. Okay, so we have this type. It's like a light brown color. We have it on all four sides now. These ones. So you're going to go around. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have four, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll put them in the four corners at the top. You can see they keep like bending and breaking, but it's fine. So the first one there, the second one, and the last one. So the more leaves you add, then you go to the top. I don't know if I'm making sense, right? So you start from the bottom, then as you add more leaves, you get to the top. You can see we started down there, now we are all the way up here. My baby's awake before he falls off the bed. Baby boy is here now. So I have these ones left. They are all different, right? And I have just one of each. So because I don't have enough for all the sides, I'm going to put all of these at the front. This part is going to be the top of our flower arrangement. So these ones are all going to be at the top here. This is big. I'm putting it in the middle. Then I open it up. Then I put these ones on the side of the front part, the side of the front part, not this side, not the proper side. So I'm working with the front part. So I've been able to break this into pieces. I'm going to put them around. What is it, cuckoo? This one is big enough to go to the top and bottom. So I'm going to put some at the bottom parts as well. Okay, then the rest at the top. All right. What's wrong, cuckoo? Shake, shake, shake. Okay, so for this part, we are going to use our flowers. I have a bunch of flowers, right? But then we are not going to insert this big branch or stem into the foam. We have to cut the small stems. These ones, we are going to cut them with scissors and then we use those for the top. So I'm just going to cut. You need very strong scissors because there's this metal wire on the inside. We are going to fill the top part with the flowers, right? I'm holding baby with my other hand, so just in case you see me struggling. If it's too long, you can fold it this way to make it easier. Coco, can I have the flower? Thank you. No, it's a bit hard because we already have some dry leaves down there. So just try and then push it. Maybe it's in my arms, just in case you see me struggling. I'm trying. So just fill it up with it. Okay. Just trying to cover up the holes. Yeah. Can I watch TV? A minute. So this is the front, and then this is the back. The back looks better. The next is to add the zip ties to the back, the base. It's got two holes at the base. And then put the zip ties through the two holes so we can attach it to our plant. So the zip tie goes through the hole. Then we lock it up. Not too tight. We need to leave enough space for our clip to pass through. So same for this side. Okay. So we have a zip tie hole here. And then my clip is going to go through this way. So you can open and then attach it to your stand. So same thing for this side. The clip through the zip tie band. Then we can attach to our stand. Shake it up because why do you want it pepper? Can I watch TV? A minute. So this is the front, and then this is the back. The back looks better. Okay, so you heard Big Boy saying the back looks better than the front. Kids don't lie. I agree with him. And that's because I didn't have enough flowers to cover the front side and make it full, very full like I wanted. So I've added these different type of flowers around the borders just to add some volume and make it full. So it looks much better than before. I still have some left. I'm going to add more to make it fuller because when the flowers are more, it covers, those crooked or bent stems of the dry leaves. So everything looks very tidy. These are the extra flowers I'm using. These ones are very light and they were attached to my plant, the green plant over there. I had these flowers in them, right? So I've taken the flowers off these tiny stems here, this pointy stuff. The ones I used for the foam had these pointy stands attached to the flower, so it was easy to push the stand through the foam. But these ones don't have it. They are attached to the big branch. Because they don't have it, I'm using toothpick to make my own stem. So I just push the toothpick into the hole. So I'm able to push this through the foam and attach it to the flower arrangement. I already have some there. I'm just going to add more and cover everything up properly. The corners especially, they have some gaps. You see, much better than before. I'm going to attach the clip to the stand. I'll just tap on my stand to make it stable. Then I open the clip, attach it there, and then same for this side. So now I can fix it up. Just going to adjust it a bit, push it up a little. The ones that popped out of the foam, those ones, just trying to. It's time to add our last few items. My rug. Cuckoo. Amy's face. Do you know that? Okay. Is this big teddy is going to sit right here. This side, I'm going to put this storage basket to serve as a stool. So the last thing, guys, the last thing is this oh baby light up sign. I'm not going to put it up here because I don't want it to compete with the flower arrangement on the other side. So, and two, I'm not hanging it because I don't want the plug to be, like hanging around the stand. I want to hide it, and the best way is to put it on my teddy. So I'm going to keep it here on the teddy. Then I pass the wire through at the back of the teddy. So the teddy is going to hide it. Then I push it under the rug here. So the setup is ready. It's simple, but then the only thing that takes time is the flower arrangement. So make sure you have as many flowers as you can to make it fuller and nicer. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. Don't forget. See you in the next video.